Look closely at this photo. The skin texture matches, the shadows fall in the right direction, the pores even catch the light the same way as the rest of the face. Now look again. This face was swapped in. Not photoshopped, not masked, swapped by an AI in under a minute. Most face swap tools from a few years ago left a visible seam, a flat patch that never quite matched the lighting around it. This one doesn't do that anymore. And today, I'm showing you exactly how to get results this clean on both photos and video without paying for it. Here's why this actually works now when it didn't before. Older face swap tools used something close to a 2D overlay. They detected a face, cut it out, and pasted it onto the target, which is why the lighting always looked slightly off. What you're looking at here uses generative identity embedding instead. The AI doesn't paste a face on top of an image, it rebuilds the pixels of the face frame by frame, matching the light direction, the skin texture, and the shadow fall-off of the scene it's being placed into. That's the difference between something looking pasted on and something looking like it was filmed that way. Before we go further, if this is useful to you, hit like and drop a comment telling me which face swap trend you've actually wanted to recreate. That tells me exactly what to test next. Let's walk through this properly, step by step, the way it actually needs to be done to get a clean result instead of a messy one. The first thing you need is your source face, the face you want to appear in the final result. This needs to be well lit, front-facing, and ideally the only face in the frame. A blurry side profile or a photo where your face is partially shadowed will give the AI less to work with, and less data means a rougher blend. The second image is your target, the scene, pose, and lighting the final result will actually live in. This one matters more than people expect because the target image defines the framing, the body position, and the light direction for the entire output. If you upload a target where the light is coming from the left, your source face needs to visually work with light coming from the left too, or the blend has to fight itself to look natural. Here's something almost nobody tells you, and it directly affects how convincing your result looks. A pure white background on your source image can actually hurt the quality of the swap. It sounds backwards, but white lacks depth cues, no shadow, no gradient, nothing for the AI to read as three-dimensional space. When the background is flat white, the model has less information to understand how light was actually falling on the face, which makes it harder to match shadows and reflections once that face is placed into a real scene. A soft-colored or slightly textured background gives the AI something to anchor to, and the final blend comes out noticeably more convincing. Once both images are in, the process itself is simple. Upload your source face, upload your target photo or video, and let it generate. There's no manual masking, no retouching, no prompt to write for a basic swap. The interface is built so the upload does the work. If you're working with video instead of a single photo, there's one extra layer worth understanding. Video swaps don't just apply the face once, they track it frame by frame, adjusting for every small shift in angle, expression, and lighting change as the footage moves. That's a heavier task than a still photo, which is exactly why it's treated differently on the platform. And that brings me to the mistake that trips up almost everyone the first time they try this. Here's the warning, and I want you to actually remember this before you start. The free tier only covers photo swaps, not video. You get 5 free image swaps a day, which is genuinely enough to test the quality and get a feel for how it handles your face. But the moment you try to run the same process on a video clip, it will ask you to upgrade. People skip past this detail, spend 20 minutes picking the perfect video clip, and then hit a paywall they didn't see coming. If your goal from the start is a video result, know that going in so you're not caught off guard halfway through your project.
There's also a detail that matters if your target has more than one face in the frame. The AI doesn't ask you which face to swap, it automatically targets whichever face is closest to the camera. So if you upload a group photo expecting to swap the person in the background, you won't get what you're expecting. Plan your target image around a single clear subject, or the person nearest the lens if there are several. Let me walk you through a real example so this isn't abstract. I wanted to build a small portfolio-style photo series using one consistent face across several different settings. a rooftop shot, an office shot, and an outdoor walking shot, the kind of thing you'd use for a personal brand page or a set of marketing visuals. I used one clean, front-facing source photo shot against a warm-toned wall instead of a white backdrop, and ran it against 3 different target images with different lighting setups. The rooftop shot had strong side light from the sunset, the office shot had flat overhead light, and the outdoor shot had soft, diffused daylight. In every case, the shadows on the face adjusted to match the scene it landed in, not the lighting from the original source photo. That's the generative embedding doing its job. It's not copying the source lighting, it's reconstructing the face to belong in the new one. Now, here's the golden nugget, the one adjustment that separates a swap that looks obviously AI-generated from one that looks like it was actually shot that way. Before you even upload anything, glance at the color temperature of both images. Is the source photo warm, like indoor tungsten light, or cool, like daylight or overcast sky? Then check your target. If your source is warm and your target is cool, the AI still has to do real work to reconcile 2 mismatched lighting worlds, and even a strong model will occasionally leave a subtle tell around the jaw or the hairline. But if you roughly match the temperature before you even start, warm source into a warm target, cool source into a cool target, the blend has far less to correct, and the result comes out cleaner on the first try instead of needing 3 or 4 regenerations to land right. I test new AI deals every week. If a new free method comes out, you'll see it here first. Once you've got the core photo workflow down, there's a faster way to use it day to day that most people never turn on. There's a browser extension version of this tool that lets you right-click almost any image on the web and run a face swap directly from that menu, without opening a new tab or manually downloading and re-uploading anything. If you're testing a lot of reference images from mood boards, social posts, or product pages, this alone saves a meaningful amount of time because your workflow becomes upload your source face once, then right-click your way through as many targets as you want. For anyone thinking about using this for actual client or business work, there's one more thing worth knowing before you commit to a project. Free tier outputs come with a watermark and are meant for personal testing, not for anything you'd hand to a client or post as a finished brand asset. Commercial use, meaning you can actually use the result in marketing, advertising, or paid client work, only comes with the paid tiers. If you're planning to build this into an actual workflow for a business, budget for that from the start, instead of finding out after you've already built a whole campaign around free outputs. Beyond personal portfolios, this same method scales into a lot of practical use cases worth knowing about. Marketing teams use it to test how a product visual performs with different presenters without booking new photo shoots for every variation. Creators use it to build personalized greeting content, dropping a friend's face into a birthday scene or a celebration video instead of filming something new from scratch. And for storytelling content, the full character version of this tool tracks not just the face, but body movement and expression across an entire clip, which is what makes longer video-based character work hold together instead of falling apart after a few seconds. To bring this all together, start with a well-lit, front-facing source photo against a soft or textured background, never pure white. Choose a target image or video with a single clear subject, since multiple faces default to whoever's closest to the camera. Roughly match the color temperature between your 2 images before you generate, because that one habit alone will cut down on rough blends more than any other adjustment. Remember that video swaps sit behind a paid plan while photo swaps don't, so plan your project type before you start, not after you hit a wall. And if you're doing this for real client or brand work, budget for the commercial tier from day one. If you try this on your own face this week, drop the result in the comments. I want to see how clean people are getting it on the first attempt with the lighting match trick. And subscribe if you want what's coming next, because next week I'm running this same tool against a completely different face swap platform, side by side, same source photo, same target, so you can actually see which one holds up better under real lighting mismatches, instead of just taking either company's word for it.